Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are checking out the best grenade build in Destiny 2. In this game, there are few things more satisfying than graviton lance or necrotic grips, and the way that those sandbox tools clear entire rooms with one single starting action. This build today turns our grenade into the most potent version of this phenomenon. Like, it's pretty much a siva grenade with the way it duplicates. And on top of having a ridiculously fun grenade ability, this build also offers a great survivability and of course ability spam. Now, before we dive deeper into this build, first off I want to say thank you guys for the recent support, and I'd like to remind you guys that I'm doing my best to hit 25,000 subscribers for the new year. We're about 2,000 away, and if you like builds and informative Destiny 2 content, I think we could probably help each other out. You give me a sub and I give you videos, it's a win-win. But outside of that, back to pertaining to the build and the reason why you clicked on this video, I have a dim link in the description and timestamps down below so you can grab whatever details you want from this video without actually needing to watch the whole thing. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. So now, getting on with the build, the first thing we're going to look at is our grenade ability at its base form. The chosen grenade is none other than Scatter Grenade. Now, this might sound a little weird to you. When was the last time Scatter Grenade as an ability was meta or even good for that matter? Well, I don't blame you, but right now, you would be foolish to not appreciate it. So, looking at what this does, when we toss it, the impact point will spawn a bunch of void submunitions. These will all individually do damage, but you might notice it kinda sucks. There is no tracking to be seen, and it's a very small area of effect. It just doesn't look or feel intuitive. These are all fair concerns and criticisms, and honestly, I don't like this grenade. At least until we start to actually build on it. But to give us a benchmark, this initial grenade, if you manage to land every projectile, will deal about 1100 damage against Carl. Now, moving on to the first augmentation of this ability, we have our exotic armor piece, which are the Nothing Manacles. These arms recently got mega buffed, and its exotic perk reads, you gain an additional scatter grenade charge, enables tracking for scatter grenade projectiles. Scatter grenade final blows create additional scatter grenade projectiles. So these gauntlets do a ton. The first thing to see is that, well, we have 2 grenade charges. This is a lovely bonus and is going to help us use these kind of as a primary weapon. The second effect is we get tracking on our scatter grenades now. Previously, you saw that they don't even try to hit enemies, but now when thrown, they will track extremely aggressively. This means you can haphazardly chuck these and get full damage from the grenade. And speaking of damage, these gauntlets also increase that. But I'll talk about that more when we go over one of our aspects, as there's a lot of overlap there. But what was just recently added to this exotic armor piece, and what makes these now busted, is that a kill with a grenade submunition, a grenade projectile, will spawn submunitions itself. So as you're seeing here, one single grenade throw is going to clear out the entire firing range. And this happens in the live game too. So yeah, this ability is really strong, but with the rest of the build, it's going to get even stronger. Our next topic on from exotic armor is going to be an exotic weapon, which here, anything goes. I ran no exotic in the background footage that you're seeing, but you could use a lightsaber, new malpais, whatever. And for anyone who's familiar with my builds, if you're a returning viewer, the best builds, the ones that I like, don't restrict your load at all, meaning there's no activity you can't do, and no champion you can't stun. So, on from exotics in general, we have our subclass to detail. The first thing is our super. Vortex Nova Bomb just got buffed pretty greatly, but Cataclysm does do more damage, so I use that. Both are about equal in potency though. For our class ability, we run Empowering Rift. This will give us increased weapon damage as well as passive ability regen when we stand in it. And if you didn't know, you can actually now walk while rifting. You'll see it at some point in the background footage. For our melee, we are of course forced to use Pocket Singularity. This is still a pretty bad melee, but it's better than nothing and we can use it when we have it. And then our grenade is the aforementioned Scatter Grenade. Not much choice here. Now for our aspects, the first is one that further buffs our scatters, and that is going to be Chaos Accelerant. This aspect does something different to improve each grenade by charging them. But here, it says for Scatter Grenade that our sub-munitions track. Well, they already do that thanks to Nothing Manacles, so why run this? Well, it's for the other stated benefit, where it says we get an extra grenade charge. And there's also some more benefits, but we technically already got them. So to show all of this off, when in game, we can now hold our grenade to charge it. This does 2 things on top of the tracking. One is that it spawns 4 additional submunitions. Second, it flat out increases our grenade's damage by 25%. However, both of these buffs, the increased damage and the increased volume of seekers, are intrinsic to nothing manacles. We already had that. So if this aspect didn't give us an entire grenade charge for free, we wouldn't actually use it. But including the increased damage and volume of seekers, this makes our new scatter grenade deal a total of 2,508 damage, or around there. And nope, that isn't the cap. Back in our subclass, the next aspect is going to, of course, be Feed the Void for Enhanced Devour. Ability kills start it, and then any kill with it active refreshes the timer and regens our health and grenade. You can see this in game, we get a grenade kill, and we get Devour. And by using this with our replicating scatter grenade, 1 grenade charge equals about 2 grenades recharged. Now moving on to our final bit of the subclass, we have the fragments for this build. And the first is Echo of Undermining. This causes our grenades to weaken enemies. And as a little showcase, we can add this to the scatter grenade damage for it to now deal, by itself, in one throw, 2,900 or around there, which is a lovely about 15% damage increase. Next down the line though, for the rest of our fragments, we have Echo of Expulsion. This causes our ability kills to explode, leading to more ad clear and damage output. Then we have Echo of Reprisal, which will give you a couple percent of your super when getting kills while surrounded, and in most activities that's just going to be all the time. And then finally we have Echo of Harvest, which will spawn orbs and void breaches when getting weakened enemy kills. Our grenade and its passive replication will take care of that. Now coming out our subclass, this is when we talk about some weapon recommendations. For this build, I relied on 2 special weapons, 1 Rocket Pulse, this being Min Retrograde, and 1 Rocket Sidearm, mine being Lotus Eater. Neither are necessary, but this loadout cooks pretty much everything that the game threw at me. You can also use the new Special Blaster Uncivil Discourse, or of course, the lightsaber. It's up to you, but I'm just telling you what I ran. Now, after that, we can speak about our armor. The distribution here is pretty simple. We want maximum grenade. This stat will proliferate to every scatter projectile we make, and will let it clear entire rooms even easier than it already does. So ideally, we get that to 200. After that, having high super around 100 means we can spam that too. And then our tertiary can be either weapons or class, whichever you prefer. I opt for weapons for increased damage versus rank and file enemies though. And also, to showcase our maximum grenade damage, now at 200 grenade stat, with 1 scatter, we deal 4,500 damage. And if we throw all 3, that's gonna be 1,400 damage, or about there. Sometimes it varies. It's just a lovely number to behold. And of course, that increase in damage also helps on the ad clear side of things, making our submunitions score kills on their own easier. Now, before moving away from armor totally, we gotta talk armor mods. Seeing as we're getting at 90% of kills with a grenade ability, we can use triple Ashes to Assets to get huge super gains on grenade kills. On our arms, following the same thought process, we wanna have triple Firepower to make orbs on every grenade kill. And then on the chest, we use an ammo generation mod matching our most used weapon and resists for whatever activity you're running. And on the legs, we get an Innervation to regen our grenade when we pick up one of the mini orbs that are on the ground, an Absolution, which gives us energy to all abilities when we do the same, and a Scavenger for our special weapon. Then on the class item, we run a Special Finder to make ammo, a Powerful Attraction to suck up orbs with our Rift, and a Proximity Ward to become pretty much immune when doing finishers. And then before the gameplay loop, what can we do with the artifact? Well, there isn't a whole lot. You could use Singularity Blade to make our swords or melees cause weaken while we have Devour, but that isn't going to be too important as our grenades already do that. And then to pair with that, you could use Void Infestation to cause weaken to spread, but that's about it. And then to end the video, what's the gameplay loop look like? How do we use it best? Well, you throw your grenade at a group of enemies and you kind of just let it do its thing. I charge it out of habit, as you're seeing in the footage, but you genuinely don't need to. That's a mistake, honestly. As for the actual gameplay loop, one group of enemies gets 1 grenade. That'll weaken them and score kills, duplicating your grenade until everything is dead. While that scores kills, it activates Feed the Void and gives you Devour. This regens your health and starts chunk regening the next grenade on each kill. While that first nade is doing its thing, find the next group of ads to toss grenade number 2 at. The loop is totally just see enemies, throw a grenade. You can use your Rift to supplement regen by picking up orbs with it, or by standing in it, and you have a melee too, I guess. Really, the best way to refund grenades if you run out of them is to abuse Devour by just getting weapon kills. Also, remember to use your grenades on bosses to weaken them for your Nova Bomb or for weapon damage. So yeah, in this build, grenades give you grenades, and grenades spawn grenades. It's awesome, and I think that's it. Remember to check this out with the dim link down in the description, and also remember that I'm trying to hit 25,000 subs for the New Year's. So if you want to support me, support the channel, a like, a comment, a subscription, a new thing called hyping the video if you're on mobile, that helps too, and also joining my Discord. Those are all things that you can do to support me. If you want to support me in the channel but you can't think of a comment down below, Siva grenades. And with that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you around.